podcast. Today we will be going over my contemporary analysis of the musical elements that we have seen so far from the Bach to Bartok era. From the very beginning, I try to set the piece apart with an odd amount of performers. First we have a piano, then we have a flute, then we have another piano, a violin, and finally a trumpet. Now I know this looks a little crazy right now. Composers like Bartok and Stravinsky composed pieces around unconventional groupings, so I decided to experiment with my own for a more 20th century structure to the composition. Piano 1 is meant to set the tone immediately with its short melodic notes in the treble clef and the independence of the notes in the bass clef. It creates two-voice independence or counterpoint, a technique directly connected to the Baroque era which Bach built entire compositions based off of. Piano 2 also plays independent material, but it's much more active in comparison to Piano 1, entirely driving the intention of counterpoint home. It drops out entirely in measures 3 to 4 to create a strong contrast. My intention was to reflect the inner emotions of an implied subject who wears a mask, the mask being Piano 1 with the underlying turmoil of Piano 2, until it's silenced temporarily. The flute makes its first appearance within the piece, serving as an attempted voice of reason amongst the conflict. I connect it to the Romantic era in the sense that it's supposed to serve as the introspective instrument, very similar to the ways in which Schumann would construct gentle melodies. The violin is one of the most important parts to the composition, as it complements the second piano in its emotional conflict with the first piano. It serves as a contrast to the flute's voice of reason, with an emphasis on how serious things are becoming as the subject continues to wear the mask. Finally, the trumpet comes later in the piece, adding a weight and deep level of uncertainty to the piece, similar to Bartok's music for strings, percussion, and Celesta. Okay, with the logistics out of the way, we can actually listen to the piece. But I will let you know ahead of time, I am not Bach or Bartok. This is just my interpretation of those who preceded me. So please take it with a grain of salt.